Hello everyone, Joanne with StampingInTheValley.com and welcome to my craft room. I got inspired by fresh fig this weekend because these colors are going to be retiring in June. I wanted to see what I could create through a bundle. And this is what I came up with. I came up with a bunch of really, I think, very sweet little cards. Now remember, the fresh fig, Berry Burst, Lemon Lime Twist, Tranquil Tide, and Powder Pink will be retiring in June. So if you need re-inkers or the new ink pads or whatever that you need with these colors, it would be a good time to go ahead and purchase them. And don't wait till the retiring list comes out. That is a free-for-all, and sometimes things are only on there for a couple of hours. I've seen things even on there for just 20 minutes. So if you really love these colors, I would suggest you go ahead and stock up. Now, I've used the Share What You Love Designer Series paper in all kinds of different ways. I used the Subtles embossing folder. I'm addicted to this embossing folder, guys. I am absolutely, like, I can't stop using it, okay? The stitched framelits, right here, I used the very small one. And then this is from the circle, the layering circle framelits. So they layered nicely like that, very small. I want to show you these. If you're starting out and and even, you know, if you are a new demonstrator and you're like, what should I add to my collection? I highly suggest these stitch shape framelits. There's ovals, there's different size of round, and there's squares. Of course, you've seen me turn those into diamonds, and these are all stitched. They coordinate with the layering circles, squares, and ovals framelit die collection. So it's like, you know, I didn't buy everything all at once. Every time I placed an order, I added something staple to my collection. I have been doing this for 6 years now. So, so your collection gets up there, and it becomes a very nice collection. I wanted to show you this with the circles. There are scallops. I use the scallops a lot, but there are also just the straight edge circles, and they all coordinate with the stitched, and they all coordinate with themselves in here. They layer on top of each other. So I just wanted to show you those things right there. Now, remember, if you place an order with me at my online store, I will send you these 2 free card kits right here for the month of March. I've run out of the purple paper, so I'm on a different paper, I'm on a different ribbon, okay, so, which is fine. The styles are the same, but the colors might be a little different, the ribbon might be a little different. So I really appreciate all my orders. My paper pumpkin people and my downline people, your things were mailed just this past weekend. If you are a paper pumpkin subscriber or a downline of mine, you always get a free card kit every month. Now I've started doing something totally different, guys, and I've gotten a fantastic response. I will do this every month. This is my card kit class. I call it my Happy Crafting Card Kit class. You'll get an exclusive video sent to your email to show you how to put together each and every one of these cards. You also receive 2 of each. So you're going to get a collection of 8 cards. So let's just say in a month you place an order with me. I send you the 2 free card kits. Then you purchase, this is just $25. The shipping is free. And I send you, like I say, that exclusive video. It's not on my YouTube. It's not on my Facebook page. But you get all the elements to put these cards together. You'll get 8 Whisper White card bases, 8 envelopes, a beautiful array of color here. I focused on, I love that Highland Heather, I love Poppy Parade. So, and then, like I say, you get the video. I'm very excited about this. No stamped images. I'm not allowed to do that through Stampin' Up, but you will get the exclusive class also. Check out the link below. It will tell you, again, all about that. And I'm very, very excited. So what I was getting at is that if you purchase that for $25 and then place a little order, you will get literally 10 card kits. So I think that is a fantastic, way to up your stash on your cards and have supply and get to learn different techniques. So again, with this, I did a bunch of different techniques. How much fun is this? So I really wanted to focus on the Fresh Fig. I love purples and, you know, like I love Blackberry Bliss and the Highland Heather, as you can see. So I really like those shades, and I'm going to miss Fresh Fig. So here's what I did. I used, let me move these out of the way. This is what we used. The Beauty Abounds. I love this set, guys. I know that, you know, there's the Butterfly Punch and everything. That is like back ordered. It's going to be released, I believe it should be April 1st. Everything should kind of come back up. But if you're looking for a fantastic butterfly set, don't pass this up in the book. I love the bubbles. I've always said that. Now I love this smudge right here. Let's look at these thinlits together. This is enormous. This card right here, the butterflies back here are all connected. Of course, you can cut them apart. It is two actually massive framelits. Look at these framelits, guys. This is huge. So you get one that is like the top and then one that is the bottom, okay, of those. Now, on the sides, don't pass these up. Look at all of these little butterflies here. And then you get some greenery right there. These butterflies are very detailed. This is the outline of the ones that I stamped right here. So you really get an enormous amount. Here's another sprig of like greenery that you could use on a card. Don't pass this set up. If you love butterflies, this is great. It's in the Occasions catalog. The Occasions catalog goes until June. It's the Celebration catalog that is just here until the end of the month. So if you're, you know, if you order something like this from the Occasions catalog, you'll be able to pick free product, I believe. Let me look at that. Let me see how much that, I didn't even think. Let me get there real quick. Okay, Beauty Abounds. Yes, I thought so. The Beauty Abounds here is on page 13. It's $55.75 for the stamp set and all of these framelits. With that, then, you will qualify for free celebration items, which now have new items with that. Here's more $50 product that you can get for free. Here's the Painted Seasons, just the paper. That's $149,574. The Share What You Love embellishment kit, which I'm doing all of this with Share What You Love DSP. That is $152,832. The Scattered Sequins Dynamic Textured Embossing Folder, $152,833. Mini Pizza Boxes, $152,836. Pearlized Doilies with coordinates with the Share What You Love, just beautifully. You get 2 packs of those, $152,837. The Rich Razzleberry Velveteen Ribbon, you get 2 skeins, you know, 2 wheels of that. $152,838. Petal Promenade DSP, $152,839. Delightfully Detailed Laser Cut Specialty Paper, $152,840. The reason why I gave you all those numbers is sometimes it's very difficult to find them. So there are all those numbers. And remember, here are the framelits that coordinate with the other celebration items. From what I understand, the Hop Around is gone. So those are also wonderful items to get at this point. But let's look at these cards. This was the last one that I put together. And I used the DSP on both sides. Look at that shimmer in that DSP. Isn't that pretty? And I fell in love with the splatter. So then open it up and I said, a friend is someone who chooses you. Isn't that beautiful? So I used that saying on all of these cards. I needed thank you cards, guys. By the time I mail out to my Paper Pumpkin and my downlines, I'm out of cards. I am totally right now out of cards. That's so funny, right? I'm a demonstrator. I'm totally out of cards. So I did this with the splatter and the butterfly in Tuxedo Memento black ink there. So this is the card that we're going to be putting together in just a moment. Here I used that tile embossing folder. Isn't that beautiful? I thought that it coordinated quite well with this gorgeous paper, and especially it being that shimmery paper. I really like that tile up there. And I just did the thanks, and the same thing, except here I did bubbles. They're basically the same, just a little different. So I wanted to show you guys with one stamp set and one set of designer series paper, you know, you can really create some beautiful projects. And like this is Pear Pizzazz solid cardstock. You know, to break it up, you kind of need that. So here is this card. And I did the splatter, and I got a little bit bolder with my bubbles there. As I did them, I just kept doing different things. And I just love these bubbles, and I put 2 little circles on there. Just like that. And then this. This is epic. I love these attached butterflies. I could make a million cards like this, and I think each one of them would look different just by using different color. And I love how it's all attached and how it layers. Isn't that beautiful? Just a fun card right there. And like I say, I'm absolutely addicted to the Subtles embossing folder, guys. I have to admit that. So right there is that one. And I coordinated my Pear Pizzazz with my Fresh Fig. This is powder pink underneath here. Isn't that beautiful? So let's go ahead and start to put our card together. So if you wanted to make this card, here's what you would need. This is a Whisper White envelope. I've already stamped it, and I picked my smudge with my black butterfly. I really love the way that came out. So I'm going to move that to the side. Now, this is Fresh Fig, and it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, so it'll open like this. All of these cards, I tried to make them open a different way. Like this one opens the portrait style, 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5.5. This one, let's see, these are 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, but instead of using it landscape, I turned it like this, and it opens like a book. So that's really nice. And now we're going to do it this way. We'll do it the landscape way. So, you know, with whatever suite that you go with, and that's another thing, if you are new to picking product out, order the entire suite. I find that, like, okay, if you were going to purchase this, I would definitely order the bundle, you know, because you want to coordinate things. There's all kinds of things in here that have paper even with it, you know, so, and it's all in, like here, this Sweetest Thing. If you were new, I would go ahead. Now, if you didn't want to do the cups, I can totally understand that. That might get a little intimidating, but I would definitely get the bundle, the DSP, the cardstock pack, the tags and pins, and the ribbon. I've used these. I've sent these out to everybody. You know, if you've ordered from me, I've been sending these to you as a little freebie. And I love this Coastal Cabana and Granny Apple Green ribbon. But if you're new to doing anything, order that so that you can stay within the suite. Everything's coordinated. Stampin' Up! Takes that out of the equation for us, and that's why I love them with all my heart, because I am not like a color coordinated type of person. You know, there's people that can match things. I mean, they look fantastic. I have to use my color coach, and I look at that catalog constantly for help. So, and you know, and that's the way that I do it, and it works for me. So that's fantastic. Now the inside piece is Whisper White, and it is just the regular Whisper White, not the thick. It's 4 3/4 by 3.5. My 2 pieces for the outside of the card, I have the DSP, that's 2 inches, and I have the Pear Pizzazz, and that's 2 inches by 5 1/4. Both of these are 2 by 5 1/4. And I ran the Subtles embossing folder so that it was horizontal and not vertical. See, this card over here, we did vertical. So I so attempted to use very little product in many, many different ways, so that you guys could get, you know, I don't know, a jump on, you know, using an entire suite and maximizing also your cardstock. So first what we're going to do is we're going to attach this. You've seen me do this before. And I'm sorry, we're going to do it this way, right? Yeah, with the leaves on the bottom, not the DSP. I've done enough cards with this showing, so I wanted to do the other side. So here we go. And you've seen me do this before. I just take Scotch tape And I just rip a little bit off, and I let this butt up to itself, and I just hold this down with Scotch tape just like that. That is that easy. And it doesn't matter if it flops. It's still, you've got it, you know, you've got, look, did you see what I did? I put it on the wrong side. I want to use the other side. It's so pretty. Let me see, let me peel this off. Talking to you saying, no, we're going to use this side. I bet you guys were on the other side of the camera going, she's using the wrong side. So let's go ahead and tape this right here. And then I bet you were saying she'll catch it in a minute. Watch what she does. Okay, here we go. And that's going to go like this. All right. Now what I'm going to do is this piece is 5 1/4 by 1/2 inch. Very simple. I just cut it from this piece, just 1/2 inch. And I'm going to turn it over. And we're going to attach that because this is embossed with some Tombow. Now, of course, you can use ribbon, twine, whatever, but I was trying to show how to, you know, maximize your product when what you get in the mail, what you order, and how to, you know, a beginner can do this because it's not too much, but then again, if you're advanced, this is a great looking card. It teaches you how to emboss, it teaches you how to mix and match, but then again, it's just the other side of the DSP for both of this because Stampin' Up! Does it for you. I love that. Okay, I'm going to move, well, let's go ahead and attach this. Let's go ahead and take our Tombow and let's attach this to our card base of fresh fig. So usually on Sunday, I do a Facebook Live at 3 o'clock. I'm skipping it this Sunday. I'm going over to my daughter's. She doesn't even know it yet. But I'm coming over with all of a bunch of things for her baby shower. I'm going to be a grandma in April, if not sooner. We're going to attach this on here, leaving a nice, beautiful border. She's really not supposed to get up and do anything, so I wanted to take everything over there except for like the cake and I think we're going to do chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A, and their fruit. If you guys haven't done that, we did that for, I forget, I think it was Christmas Eve, just to have finger food. It was absolutely delicious and extremely economical. So we really liked it. Now we're going to bring in the inside of the card. Why I started talking to you guys about that is beyond me, but I was thinking about her shower. It's really on my mind because I'm so afraid that Tristan is coming. I kept telling her he might be at the shower. So I'm going to dip this or tap this in my fresh fig. And it's a friend is someone who chooses you. And I'm going to stamp this in the middle. Just like that. Beautiful. Now I'm going to use my splatter and again into the fresh fig, and I'm going to put my splatter in either opposite ends of this inside piece. I love decorating the insides. Then I'm going to use this little butterfly right here, this one, and I'm going to put it in the Pear Pizzazz, and I'm going to put it right on top of my splatter, them going opposite ways. Isn't that beautiful? That's fun. So now, let me close this Tombow up. I'm going to take my snail and we're going to attach this to the inside of the card. Bring our card base in. I'm really excited about being a grandma again. I have 2 daughters, and each of my daughters gave me grandsons. So I'm just so thrilled about that, as you can hear it, I'm sure, in my voice. Now, my little element here, I think we're done with our stamping, so I'm going to close our ink. And what I did here was I did my splatter on just some Whisper White. I did my thanks in Tuxedo Memento black ink, and then I attached my 2 circles together, and I cut them from these framelits that I showed you previously. And now I'm going to attach this here, and I want it to come down on this paper just a little bit, just like that. Then I got my dimensionals already on the back of my butterflies, and I'm going to put them, just a little trio of butterflies around, and I want this one to touch the paper. And then this one here. And then I'm going to take my medium-sized rhinestones, and 3 of them, and I'm going to put them right on top, right where their little antenna is, so that they're sparkling in the sunlight. So here we have our butterflies with our flowers in our grass. It's springtime. Today it's going to be 70 degrees here in Upper East Tennessee. I'm so excited about that. And we have a little bit of sunshine that's attached. So that's what inspired this card right here. I want to thank you so much. That came out so pretty. I want to thank everyone so much for tuning in. Please, if you need any Stampin' Up! Products, go to stampinginthevalley.com. I'm going to bring in all of these cards that I made with this suite and this bundle and just some fresh fig and pear pizzazz. And here are our cards. Just beautiful. One nicer than the other. This butterfly is just amazing, amazing framelit. This one, my band here is a little thicker than this band right here. I used a smudge here, and I used the bubbles right there. And the only 2 colors I used was pear pizzazz and fresh fig. And here's some bubbles and some thanks. I love this. Oh, how much fun. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Remember, my Happy Crafting Card Kit class is just $25, shipping's included. Just email me at joannemaddie@outlook.com, and I'll be more than happy to send you a PayPal invoice. Check out the video below just about it. Thanks again for watching, and happy crafting today.